everyone, Stan Dane here. When you're not sure how something is going to play out, it's good to hedge your bets and keep your options open. In this video, we'll see how the official story writers did just that with a timeline of Oswald's movements in the hours following the assassination. We'll also see, in moving Oswald up to the second floor lunchroom, how they consider that to be a strange and unusual place for a man to be as the president passed by. Here's a quick recap of where we are so far. The police officer Truly Oswald encounter at the front entrance initially reported was moved deep into the building at or near the rear stairs. The third or fourth floor rear stairway story was quickly superseded by the lunchroom story. This became the lunchroom stories. Oswald sitting at a table, Oswald leaning against a counter, Oswald standing by the Coke machine sipping a Coke. The initial plan was simply to transplant Oswald up to the lunchroom, stretch the timeline, and worry about the details later. Oswald was still alive and had every prospect of going to trial, so his damaging ability to describe a police officer in Truly coming into the building needed to be preempted by a story involving the police officer in Truly coming into the lunchroom. Truly's inflated time estimate in the very first reference to the second floor lunchroom incident gives us a clue how this would be played out. From the Pinkston FBI report, dated November 22, 1963. Quoting, "The officer pointed to Oswald and asked if Oswald was an employee of the company, and he Truly assured the officer that Oswald was an employee. He and the officer then proceeded onto the roof of the building, where the officer conducted a thorough search but found nothing. They then searched the 7th floor of the building, and by this time many officers were swarming through the building, and he returned to the 1st floor of the building. The time that he and the officers saw Oswald in the snack bar could not have been more than 2 or 3 minutes after the shooting of President Kennedy, and they saw no one else in the building at that time." 2 or 3 minutes? Yeah, right. The Warren Commission would struggle mightily to stretch the time to 90 seconds. But the state of the evolution process on the evening of November 22 was to simply chunk out plenty enough time to allow Oswald to run down from the 6th floor, but not too much time to delay his exit from the building. The details could be finessed later. Then all the Oswald accusers had to do was drive home how very odd it was for a man to be alone and loitering in a lunchroom located in the center of the building, while everyone else was outside or looking outside. From an FBI teletype from Dallas to Washington, November 23, 1963. He, Truly, immediately accompanied a police officer into the building and up the stairs to the 2nd floor, where they observed Oswald alone in the company snack bar. Snack bar in center of building, has no windows, and was unusual place for anyone to be at that time. That Oswald. So unusual. Yes, like Old Man River, first to second evolution just keeps rolling along. We now have Oswald on his feet, sipping a Coke by the Coke machine in the 2nd floor lunchroom. But just as this latest version of events begins to take hold and solidify, we'll see in the next video the need for even more story evolution. Until then, this is Stan Dane, and as always, keep on rocking.